My name is Eric Ost on the Facebook page and most of my internet pages. I go by the name of Rick Rice. The reason for that is because in 2015, my mother passed away and her maiden name is Rice. I did not legally change my name, but on the internet sites I wanted to be known as Rice. And one of the main reasons for that is that because my father's side of the family talks a lot about family. She taught me what family really meant. Since they don't know it, I don't really much respect the name. It is not meant as a way of avoiding being a bot. What I find disgusting about the fact that we have to prove our citizenship in order to make a comment is pretty... This is the United States. We should not have to be challenged on whether or not we are real or not. It is disgusting what the left is doing, that they are insisting or muddying the water so much that we are not able to just make a comment. We have to actually acknowledge the fact that we are not somehow Russian affiliated. The Red Scare has finally reached a level I would assume was along the lines of the McCarthy era. I knew we had been heading there, but I hadn't quite realized we got there so quickly. Anyway, my red pill moment, or I don't know if that's the right word to put it, my walkaway moment was 2012. I've really, honestly, always been voting conservative because my focus is usually overseas, and I trust them on foreign policy far more than I do Democrats. However, Democrats usually have a more sane view. They spend too much money, but at least they're willing to pay for what they spend. Republicans have a tendency not to do that. The no new tax pledge was... It's not a bad idea. I hate taxes, but let's be honest here. If you're not going to cut as much as you need to, we should not be spending what we don't have. So you are going to have to make some kind of an effort to get it in balance. Budgets should never have a deficit. That's my opinion. Deficits are for when something happens out of the ordinary and you have to go into the red. Because of that, you should not be planning to break the budget from the very beginning. Anyway, that is my area. Plus the fact that I am gay, but I am a conservative gay. I believe that there should be a lifelong commitment. Jumping around in beds is just... I believe that would be a sin. I believe intimacy should be the goal of any relationship. Anyway, my point is, my concern is that I worry that the walkaway movement, we might tend to forget that while Trump so far hasn't broken any constitutional rules, and that is the only reason why I support him, and I did vote for him. He has, as long as he stays within the Constitution, I'm fine. His words I have no trouble with. They cringe, but I don't have a problem with it. But I also know that in 2016, Republicans ran from him. And I also know that the far right has not changed at all. The left somehow has went to the right of the right, but the far right has not changed. Not one iota. And my concern is that we might forget that. I will vote in 2018 for Republicans because of the fact that Democrats are deranged and Republicans at the moment will work with him. However, I am not convinced that the Republican Party will accept me as is, and I will not go in the closet for them, and I certainly will not go into a conservative closet for the left. One way or the other, I will be accepted for who I am. If that is unacceptable to the far right or the far left, that's just too bad. They can say what they want. I don't care. They don't have to be accepting of me in any way. I am not like the left in the idea that I want you to smile in my face and tell me nice things when you know that you hate my guts. I don't believe in the ideal of gay marriage because I know the far left will go too far and demand more than just equal rights. As I said, I'm in the middle here, and I struggle with this daily. I run into certain issues that bug me on both sides. Currently, as I said, I will vote for Trump because he has not violated any rules whatsoever. And they may be yelling Hitler, but their behavior is a lot like the Nazis before Hitler came to power. That concerns me more. I also am concerned about the ideal of crying closets and safe spaces, because my personal belief is if you are unable to reach out to the other side, it's easier to hate them. It is easier to dehumanize them down to a label, and that leads to tragedies along the lines of what Hitler did, and also along the lines of what happened to Matthew Shepard in Laramie, Wyoming. I believe that we all can teach hate. I think we all do in a different way. We may say all the right things, but our children do internalize even our actions, and we are not always consistent in that action. So that is my difficulty, my problem, is to wonder, in 2018, it is too late to find an alternative, and I will vote for Republicans because of that. And I have hope that if a strong enough majority takes hold on the Republican side, usually something very odd happens, and that is the voice of the minority, the voice of the moderates grows in strength. Right now, the far right and left has a bigger voice because they can demand you fall in line. The bigger the majority on one side, the bigger the voice of the moderates become, and the less power the far right and the far left will have. So I hope that will be the case in this way. And I also believe that Donald Trump has always been a moderate. The far left likes to pretend like he's Hitler, he's racist, he's against whatever. But the reality of if you look at his actions, there's absolutely no sign of this in him at all. If you look at the people that he has surrounding him, there's mostly women, there's mostly minorities. All he does is basically tell you the brutal, honest truth of what he's thinking. He's an equal opportunity offender. He trusts that you're adult enough to handle being told the unvarnished truth, and he moves on. That I can live with. Like I said, the ideal of forcing people through laws or whatever to accept me seems like an idiotic idea. To take people to court because they won't bake you a cake seems crazy to me. I would be quite happy if someone would to tell me, I just won't bake a cake for you. I would walk away and go someplace else. Why would I do that? Because if they are that intolerant of me, they would likely take any money that I would give them and use it for causes against that would do far worse than just tell me to my face, I don't like you. I would prefer honesty. I don't want people smiling in your face and brooding and hating you from the inside and you having no clue. The left is crazy. They want conformity. They don't care what you think on the inside. They don't care how much hate you have for them, just so long as you smile at them. That is what Hitler and the Nazis did. You could sit there and be breaking on the inside, but as long as you smiled and did as they wanted, they would accept you. That is what the far left has become. I will not dehumanize conservatives, and I will not be dehumanized by conservatives. The question is, while the left has abandoned me, will the right be able to tolerate me? And that I'm not sure about. Thank you.